Hello, good evening. I am Waqas Ahmad from University Kuala Lumpur Business School and I am going to present my research paper titled as Assessing the Learning Behavior Intention of Commuters in Mobility Practices. So this is the agenda of my presentation. On the internet, the word nostalgia is triggered towards the remembrance of old ideal days by watching certain photos or animation or movies. However, this word was mainly used for only for homesickness till last century. The rapid transformation in living matters of life is the main cause of such gut feelings. Technological integration has shaped the society in total new way. Similarly, these changes necessitate a quick and quite good response from humans towards their professional and personal life also. Learning through schoolings and graduating with a degree enables us to survive in professional and social life. However, the pace technology and innovation development has adopted and the way day-to-day novel methods and process of innovations are making obsolete the older ones, merely formal education cannot guarantee the prosperous future for the individuals. In reckon as the go with the flow analogy. The learning process needs to be honed by the individuals for creating the break-even point between the new technology integration and his or her skills development. To do so, informal learning could facilitate by enabling the skill learning process in the personal and common settings. Due to the acceptance of technology for learning, portable devices are controlling the e-learning process everywhere. The learners can use such electronic devices at any place and situation to make the things happen properly. Informal learning can be great deal towards the personalized learning such as language learning, software learning for education or profession or music learning or any type of skills learning or skill enable or skills polishing. The means by which informal learning is feasible are multifaceted, such as watching learning videos on YouTube, engaging the MOOC activities, attending the online learning sessions, or listening to the podcast. All such happenings are possible in outdoor formats during leisure time also, such as if we are resting in the gardens, we can also involve in this, or regular jogging also by listening the podcast, or daily traveling by bus and train also it can possible through that. If we talk about the traveling in the cities, so the urban planning departments all the time try to provide the sustainable transport facilities to the citizen around the globe. The purpose is to enhance the quality of life by eradicating the transportation mobility poverty due to the higher urbanization rate and congestion. It includes the safe and sustainable transport economic systems such as the metro, light rail transport, mass rapid transport system. So, as daily commuters, the quality of such services is based on the convenience, accessibility, and easiness. Okay, as daily commuters receive convenient and safe transit services, during their daily traveling, the layer mechanism is developed in this process that signals towards the engagement in the favorite hobby or learning of a certain purpose by the informal way. So, towards learning, the use of mobile, laptop, other gadgets have made the process quite convenient and easy. However, there is a lack of research about commuters' engagement of such layer time during travel towards learning mechanism. So, what they doing this time? So there is a no such study that can explain this time travel behavior. So by way the daily commuter's time is occupied during the transit services, to understand their behavior pattern would help to understand improve the travel behavior also. To understand such behavior of learning during mobility practices, this study presents the mechanism of behavior modeling. Towards the behavioral modeling, we use the two main theories, the theory of planned behavior and technology acceptance model, as they are both the most considerable theories to predict the behavior of user towards informal learning and the travel behavior also. But and moreover, the quality of service rendered also impact the behavior of commuter during travel. But to understand the scenario of mobility practices and learning behavior, the evidence of such related research is lacking in the previous literature. Therefore, this study comprehends the behavioral assessment through TAM and TPB model with the perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, subjective norm, learning behavioral intention, and service quality features of the transit services. The reason will bring an understanding of commuters' informal behavior towards learning and development, and it will also support the research on transport service usability and informal learning behavior. If we talk about the theoretical dimensions and theoretical perspective, the four variables have been taken out from the uh, two theories, and service quality of the transits has been taken with the 14 dimensions, which include the service hours, proximity, the number of times the train comes and go, punctuality, timely have or not, speeds, and so on, safety, cleaning, and temperature. And therefore we have made proposed the four hypotheses on which we will conduct the analysis. Okay, before conducting the analysis, we first towards the methodology, we use the research sounders research onion that can explain that which way is better to understand the behavioral modeling, because sounders research onion is mainly used for the behavioral modeling studies. So for this, the philosophy of study we have taken for the positivism, because we are going for the cause and effect analysis, the causal study, that is the mostly the quantitative studies, and then we have taken the deductive approach where we are using the TPB and TAM theories that are already established, and we use the survey strategy with the mono method quantitative, and the study was conducted on the one time. Regarding the data collection analysis, we use the self-administrated close-ended questionnaire, which was based on the two sections, one related with the demographic features of the respondents, and one was based on the variable questions. And the variable questions were assessed through the 5-point Likert scale, with the strongly disagree with 1 and the strongly agree with 5 score. While the instruments or items of the questions were all adopted from the previous studies, and sampling method we used as a snowball sampling, as due to the COVID-19 the data collection is quite difficult and we cannot go outside to collect the data. So by using the snowball sampling, we managed to collect the data from the people, from the commuters who use the public transport in the rail transit system daily basis, uh, as a daily commuters. So total we got 117 samples. That is quite enough for running the basic SEM analysis to understand the behavioral analysis. And because 117 sample is enough for the structural equation modeling, because in structural equation modeling we have to run the two types of analysis: measurement model and the structural model. Measurement model based on the reliability, validity, correlations, model fit indices, and the outer loadings of the items, while the structural model based on the path analysis and the hypothesis testing. Similarly, we use these analysis through the SPSS statistics version 2.5 and SPSS AMOS. The result showed that we had the 69% of the male, and the age group, mostly age group, almost 50% age group was belonged to the almost millennial and generation Z. Education, mostly the 80% of respondents were the higher educated, and we had almost 60% the implies commuter, while we had the almost more than 70% were commuter who spend daily 2 or more than 2 hours in the commuting. Okay, regarding the measurement model, we analyzed the reliability, validity, and outer loading. Regarding the outer loading, the minimum threshold is 0.50. That was clearly achieved from the all items for the Chromebook Alpha and AVE and CR. All the items are properly following in the minimum threshold values. For the correlation matrix, the correlation matrix talks about the how much the items are similar to each other or correlate with each other, and their minimum threshold, maximum threshold value is 0.90 or sometime 0.85 also. So all are meeting the minimum threshold value. The next step in the measurement model is to check the goodness of the model fit indices. In our analysis, all the three model fit indices like absolute fit, incremental fit and parsimonious fits are fulfilling the minimum threshold value, and all the model fit indices are acceptable range. So we can say that our model is fit for the path analysis. For the second step in the structural equation modeling, the structural model was conducted, and the basic analysis in the structural model was the path analysis or hypothesis testing. In the hypothesis testing, as we had the four hypotheses, and as per the results from the critical ratio and p-value, all the results are accepted, all the hypothesis results are accepted with the perceived pu have the highest level estimate towards the LBI. So this is the resulted structural model which shows the regression weights and the R square value of our model. The results of the analysis showed that all the variables positively impacted the learning behavioral intention, and the R squared value, or we can say coefficient of determination of model, is resulted as 0.65. It means that all the variable can impact 65% on the LBI, or learning behavioral intention. And among the variables, perceived usefulness has appeared as the main predictor with the 38% coefficient estimates. Service quality and the perceived ease of use has also quite strong impact on the LBI, while subjective norm has a moderate impact with the 21%. So all the correlation among the exogenous variable also appeared as a normal. So, concluding the results, we can say that as the purpose of this study was to elucidate the learning behavioral intention of travelers during their daily commuting through urban transit, and the study mainly focused on the service attributes of public transport, personal understanding and motivation towards the technology used during commuting for learning purpose, and it was basically the uh, less focused area in the learning behavior studies in the previous way. So service quality of transit service, perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, and social approval of learning during commuting are resulted significant towards the learning behavioral intention by confirming all the hypotheses. The services feature of the daily use transit includes operational hours, frequency of train in normal and the peak times, proximity of train areas, the temperature inside the train, individual space, level of safety and level of security inside, the information providing by the LRT companies. So all these features appeared as the correlated and had the impact on the LBI for the commuters. Similarly, the impact of the views of family, peers, and friends to engage in the learning during commuting has also been found significant. It showed the positive social support and recommendation towards engaging in informal learning in traveling mode. The inferences of our research are the novel contribution to the literature and practice, like learning behavior mechanism for personal and professional purpose and travel behavior of citizen and urban transit. The study also proved the robustness of the TAM and TBB for informal learning. And assessment of learning behavior intention and commuting was the unexplored phenomena. As being the utmost capacity of leisure during the safe and sustainable daily traveling needs to be managed for creativity and development for individuals and professionals. The study also demonstrated the trend of informal learning and development among the employees commuter. That shows the encouraging perception of inclination towards the achieving the break-even point of skill development and the work-related innovation pace. The study will also support the individuals in making their informal learning plan, academicians to manage the students and the learner informal plan, and the government authorities to understand the citizen behavior in the urban transits, and it can go for future studies in the same way. As our study was limited to only two theories combination like TPB and TAM, and by adding the U-tout variables and the other advanced level information system theory, we can expect the better results for the learning behavior. Similarly, the sample size was not so big and not so was large, so adding the more respondent in the study can enhance the better results and better insight. And another limitation of study was we use the convenience sampling, as the results will not be so much generalizable. So for using the generalized results and the better advocacy of the study, the random sampling can be used for the future studies. So this was our literature support. Thank you for joining and listening my presentation. Thank you.